YouTube? What's going on? It's your girl Missy, and today, we are here with a story time because, like I asked the other day on my Instagram story, what type of content besides music videos and dances y'all want to see? And y'all had said a story time. So today, we are gonna do a story time about the time that I got arrested for stealing. Now, wait. Hold up, don't judge me. Don't click off because you gotta listen to my story to know exactly what had happened. So now this is a real life story um that happened back in 2016 that really changed my life. Like it really changed my life on listening to my inner self, listening to my spirit, about friends, about everything that really now I'm gonna break this story up into two parts because what one this all happened in one weekend, like over a 3 day period. But yeah, I'm gonna break it up into two parts. So this first part is about how we got arrested, and the second part is gonna be about how we almost got killed. Now, this is a true story. This ain't no fiction in this or nothing like that. I'm not making anything up. I might be a little iffy around the timelines and exact time, but that's the only thing that I'm gonna be iffy about. So what happened was that back in 2016, I had this friend. I'm not gonna call anyone's name because it is what it is. So I had this friend, and me and her used to be like everywhere. I'm always going to her house. She's always coming to my house. We good. So everybody that knows me knows that I'm from the island. Big up my Trinidad people. Them wagwan wagwan. But I'm from Tobago, and she wanted to go to Trinidad to see her dad, right? So she asked me to come go with her. But let me tell y'all something. This is the first moment where my spirit kicked in. This is the first incident that my spirit was like, do not go. So I went to her house the night before just to get ready or whatever, just to sleep over because we leave at 5 o'clock. We was gonna go there by boat. So we were supposed to leave at 5 o'clock. So I'm going to her house the night before so that we could be on time. And I realized that I forgot my bag with my sneakers in it. And I got to her house about 9, 10 o'clock. So I went back to my house. I got a taxi and I went back to my house. When I went back to my house and I got back, by the time we was fully back, it was like 12:30, and I need to go to sleep because we need to be at the port for like 3:30 or 4 o'clock, and we still need to get up. We need to make sure our edge is laid, our makeup's good, whatever be the case. So we have a little bit of hours. Anyhow, so the following morning when we get up and we're going to get ready, I got out the shower and I'm looking in my bag and I realized that I only packed one underwear. This is point two that my spirit was like, you do not need to go. Because first was the shoes, now it was the underwear. But anyhow, I lived through it. I lived through it and we left the house. When we left the house, it was 4 o'clock. It was 4 a.m. and we had gone to the port. So and let me tell you, I never like experienced going to the port at that time and meeting so many people there. And it started raining, and because of how many people was there, they literally they shut the door and they had us come in only by, okay, you have a ticket so you could come on in. Ain't no you could come in now and buy a ticket, not like that. So anyhow, so we did, and I would remember because that woman at the door, there was a lady at the door. She keep pushing, like pushing us out, and I was so upset. I was like, if this woman make me fall down on the ground, me and her I could get mad here. So anyhow, so let me tell y'all, even then, my spirit was trying to tell me, listen, miss, you do not need to go. Y'all gonna hear me saying this a lot because this this is it. Now that I sit and I look back, this was all the time that my spirit, that I won't say God because I don't want to fully bring God into this, but it was like, you do not need this trip. So we get on the boat. We get on the boat like 5 o'clock. They were supposed to pull out at 6 o'clock, and at 6:30 we was still there because the boat would not start. But anyhow, we try to live it out or whatever. So we get the boat do start at 7 o'clock, and we took off. Keep in mind, when you go on a boat ride, it's 3 hours, so it's supposed to be six, seven, no, 7, 8, 9 o'clock. We supposed to get to Trinidad like 9, 10 o'clock. But the boat broke down in the middle of the water. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm gonna just fast forward a little bit because it's strenuous. So we get to Trinidad. We get to Trinidad about like 12:30, 1 o'clock. When we get to Trinidad now, here comes her brother who was supposed to pick us up in the airport, and his girlfriend and his 5 kids. And I'm like, 5 kids? Why would you bring 5 kids when you know that your sister, her friend, and her baby is coming down? Like, why would you do that? So I got on the phone. Every time I go to Trinidad, I always pick my phone up and I always call my brothers, like, listen, I'm in the island. If anything happens and you see me, call you because you got to come for me, because if you know Trinidad, you know Trinidad. There's no type of games. There's no type of games. I ain't going to lie to you. So anyhow, she was like, the sister-in-law was like, oh, y'all want to come go to the mall with us? So it was like, okay, cool. I can't remember the name of the mall, but if you're from Trinidad, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. The mall has like a waterfall in it, in the front or in the back or in the middle, somewhere it has a waterfall. So we're there. I'm just chilling, taking pictures. Da da da. I don't know if I'm gonna slap a picture in from one of the pictures that I took on that trip, but I'm gonna slap some pictures and I may not. We don't know. We'll see, right? And I'm taking pictures. I'm looking around, looking at stuff, whatever be the case. But I didn't buy anything at that mall because that mall is expensive. I ain't even gonna hold you. So they were like, okay, so we're gonna switch the mall. Now I'm not minding their business. I'm not. Like, I was not minding their business at all. I was just letting them have their little sister, bond or whatever. I'm just a stranger. I'm just a friend on the outside or whatever. I'm just minding my own business, doing what I gotta do. So they were like, you wanna switch the mall? You wanna go to Long Circular? I think it's Long Circular. If you're from Trinidad, maybe you could drop it in the comments and tell me if I'm right. Long Circular Mall. So anyhow, they want to go to Long Circular or whatever. I'm like, okay, we could go. I don't really care. So when we get to Long Circular Mall, now keep in mind, Smalley, she was not. This is a sister-in-law. She was not fully dressed, but she got a handbag, and I'm like, mm, she got whatever initial swag she have, she got it. But when we got to that mall, I realized, like, wait a minute, this bitch shoplifting. Oh my god, my phone is going off, y'all. Sorry about that. I was like, she is shoplifting. So I'm like, oh, but it's still not none of my business because, like, I don't want to say nothing stupid for they put me out. I don't know Trinidad like that. I don't even fuck with Trinidad like that. So anyhow, no offense, but y'all know why. Anyhow, so we went. I'm still worried because remember I still got one drawers for 3 days, so I'm looking for some drawers or whatever. So I get there and we walk in the mall. I'm looking at this place. I walked into this place. It's called All That Jazz or Dazzle or something like that. I can't remember. And they had 3 panties on sale. Like it came all together for $99. I'll never forget it. And I was like, oh, because they told me that from there it was like it had nobody, like, if you're from Trinidad, or let me just say, in Trinidad, like everywhere you go on the roadside, people are like always selling stuff. I was like, well, maybe we could pick up one from a outside vendor or whatever. They was like, oh no, it don't have any on the way to the house, so you gotta get from here or whatever. So I bought it, and I'm not the type of person. I'm not really the type of person to, like, if I got like a 5 cent change or like a 25 cent change, to really take it, cause, like, whatever. And receipts I don't do because it just stick the zipper in my purse anyway. So I take my shit and I put it in my bag and I leave. The girl that was cashing me, she left out on lunch because apparently, like, she was having like a late lunch. It was like 3 o'clock. However, the sister-in-law had went into the changing room, like the little changing stall with a bunch of clothes, and she probably dropped two back on the shelf with the rest. She done took it out. So we're walking out of the store, and we hear, "You three, hold on." So I turn around, like, who they talking to? Us? So I turn around, me and my friend turn around, and the guy was like, "Yeah, y'all, come with us, whatever." And when we turned to look for the other girl that was with us, she fled, like she disappeared. Ain't nobody know where she went. So they locked the entire mall down. It was so humiliating. Let me tell you, they locked the entire mall down looking for this girl. They found her bag at the bin with all the clothes in it. Her clothes was in it, everything. So now they asking us, cause it's like we were together and we was like walking around the store. Well, not we. Let me be honest, not we. They were walking around the store. I was looking at stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I was looking at stuff, but the only thing that I actually picked up was the underwears. So anyhow, the guy was like, "Where's your receipt for these?" Like he took the panties out of my bag and he was like, "Where's the receipt?" And I said, "Well, I left it." And he was like, "Who cashed you?" But the girl, she went to the other floor down below to get some food or whatever. So when she came in, she was like, "Oh yeah, she did cash it, but she left her receipt." Da 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 da. But what I was so happy about is that she had asked for my name because they had. It was like it was almost Christmas. Yeah. I can't remember. Was it almost Christmas? They had something going on that you put your name in, and if you had spent over $1,000 in the store, you would have been qualified for something. So she took my name down. But anyhow, so we're looking for the other girl, and she is nowhere to be found. Let me tell you this. She's nowhere to be found. And they have it like we're covering up for her. So they was like, okay, since you don't want to answer to the mall cop, they gonna call the real cops. They asking us for the girl name. Well, they asking me for her name. Like, what's her name? Because they asking us questions separate. Like me here, my friend there. And this might sound embarrassing. I was with them for like 4 hours, and I did not know the girl name because she don't have like a common name like Brittany or whatever. She has a weird name. So I don't know her name. I'm like, I don't know. They thinking that I'm lying to try to cover her up. So they called the cops. The cop come in. The cops is like asking me the same question. Like, what's her name? This, that, and so I'm saying, I don't know. They put the handcuffs on me and my friend. Let me tell you something. I never been in handcuffs in my entire life more than that time. When they put the handcuffs on me, and my friend, and they walked us out into the car. Let me tell you something. I started crying. I automatically remember all the signs that showed me I did not need to go on that trip. I'm crying. The guy is like, y'all didn't do anything, but the fact that y'all is covering up for this girl, this means that we are like conspirating or whatever. And I'm like, I really don't know this girl. I'm trying to tell the officer, like, listen, I just came down here with my friend. We never met her before. I'm crying, like snot running out my nose. It was humiliating. They drove us up to the station, and the police lady, she came in and she was like, y'all know that y'all finna be here for 3 nights because it was a Friday, and if we gotta go to court, we gotta wait Friday night in prison, Saturday night, Sunday night, and then go to court on Monday. And according to what they say, we don't even know if we're gonna get out. So I'm still crying like, oh my god, I'm 18. I was 18 at that time. I was like, I just came out of school. Well, I didn't just came out of school because I came out of school when I was 17. But anyhow, like, this is gonna look bad on my record. What is my mama gonna say? All this, I'm panicking, panicking. I ain't gonna lie. So I'm panicking. My friend panicking. The baby crying, and they like, y'all, the baby is gonna like be put into foster care since that was her mama, and her mama's gonna go into prison. So we're like trying to explain to them, like, we don't know this girl. We never met her. However, the guy that she was with, this is the brother, da 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 da. And my last name is basically kind of what saved me, because the police lady that was talking, she was like, what's your last name? And then I called my last name, and she was like, that's her last name. And she was like, she knows me, like, if you're from the Caribbean, like everybody, once they fuck with your last name or they have your last name, like y'all automatically becomes family. And she was like, tell me the truth. And I told her, like, and she was like, okay, I can see that you sincere, that you and your friends sincere or whatever. So y'all could just get out and just stay away from that type of people. But now remember that these people that she just referred to is basically the source of how we were supposed to get around in Trinidad for the rest of the 2 to 3 days. But I'm gonna stop right here because no, let me back up. They dropped us off at like around the savannah, and the brother was supposed to come pick us up back, like he was supposed to meet up back with us. All this time we haven't met the girl. Like we met the girl, sorry. All this time we ain't know where the girl at. So now it's time for us to go to the guest house or wherever we were supposed to stay. Now this is where the story got intense. This is where we almost got killed. Let me tell you something. That weekend changed my life, right? We almost got killed 2 times, but I'm gonna leave that for the next part of the story. So if it is you enjoyed the story, please like, share, comment, follow me on Instagram, follow me on YouTube. Yeah, and just drop comments. Get this to like 100 views on YouTube, 100